How's it going, everybody? Will DTV here today, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get started on the Pokemon trading card game online. Now, a lot of YouTubers upload videos of them using the best decks in the format, and these decks are quite expensive. Looking at the Reshazard deck alone, which is Reshiram and Charizard GX, it requires at least 3, and each of them are about 20 packs each at the moment of this recording. That's about 60 packs, or a little over $30 of cards right there. And that's only for 3 cards in the deck. So getting started may seem like a daunting task without money, but you definitely don't need money to get started in this game. In this series, I'm going to be showing you how to get started for free and how to become a pro player without spending any money on the game. It's a lot more difficult to do well in this game without paying money, but it's definitely possible, and it's quite the fun challenge. If you think about all the nerds that spent hundreds of dollars to get ahead in this game, when you spent none and you're beating them, it's quite satisfying. So subscribe if you'd like to see more videos on how to play the Pokemon trading card game online for free and how to get started. My main reason for making this video is I'm in a Facebook group called Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, and we have a lot of new players that join constantly, and I'd like to teach them how to get started in the game. So the first thing you need to do when you log into Pokemon Trading Card Game Online is beat the tutorial. Now, I already beat the tutorial simply because it's super easy to beat. And the reason I didn't show you guys the tutorial is because it's kind of a waste of time, because you're guaranteed to beat the tutorial anyways, unless you just don't know how to read. And then it's kind of easy to get stuck on if you don't know how to read, but other than that, it's really easy. And even if you lose the battles, you're guaranteed a rematch where you'll win. But the rewards for beating the tutorial are 250 tokens, which are super useful, and we will be using them later, and 1 pack that I've already opened, which gives you, let me show you really quick, which gives you Necrozma GX. And, you know, Necrozma GX isn't the best GX, but it is definitely the only GX we get to start off with for a while, and it's pretty good for just a basic splashable attacker into any deck, because it only takes colorless energy, which means that you can put it in any deck and it will be an okay Pokemon to attack with. However, due to its effect on its Prismatic Burst attack, I would definitely recommend putting it in Psychic decks only. Now, something I am going to show you is how to redeem a code. Now, I'm going to be redeeming a code that you can get by buying a featured deck. We're going to be unlocking Garchomp. Now, this is going to be the only code I use in the entire series, because I said this is going to be a free series, and usually you have to pay for codes. But it will only take you a couple minutes of work to catch up to getting this deck anyways, and I want to be able to teach players how to redeem codes if they so happen to get any. I got this one for free from my little brother, and I would like to teach you how. So what you do is you grab the code card and you flip it over to the back, and there will be a code on the back that you can just type in. And what you'll do is you will type the code into the bar right here, and then all you do is click claim now, and it gives you a playable deck plus a coin and some good trainers. However, I did say that we were going to keep this as free as possible, so we are not going to be using this deck right away. We are only going to use it up to the point where it doesn't matter to use decks that we have. So for example, I'm going to show you what you want to do when you first start off the game. So when you start up the game, we're going to be doing the trainer challenge. Now, I'm going to be playing these off screen because they are quite tedious, but if you guys really want me to, and if I get enough feedback, I might live stream them. But we're only going to be using these 3 until we can get our first 500 coins. And what we do in that situation is we go to the store, and we're going to buy one of a couple of really good decks that I'm going to name right now. So the decks that you want to spend your money on will be either the Mewtwo or the Zero Aura deck. Both are really good. I would say Mewtwo is a little bit better in the long run and better of a deck in the early game as well. Like, it's overall better. But Zero Aura is good if you're a fan of electric types and if you like Zero Aura. Charizard can be a really good deck as well for starting off, and can be used in a really good deck in the future. Stormcaller and Blazing Volcano are both really good decks in the theme deck format, as well as starting off with a good fire deck. Mewtwo can be a little bit better. In fact, these two can just be a little bit better than this deck right here. But personally, my favorite deck is actually the Entei deck, and it's just my favorite because it's so easy to set up in the theme format. So Entei is better in the short run in my opinion, but these two decks are much better in the long run. And the last really good deck I'd like to mention is the code we just used, which is Mock Strike. If you're a big fan of Garchomp and Dragon types, and you want to get some Cynthia cards right away, I would definitely recommend getting Garchomp. We already have Garchomp, but I'm actually not going to use them until we have enough coins to buy another deck. And what you want to keep doing is buying at least 2 or 3 of these decks by earning coins. Now, I would definitely recommend buying one of the ones I mentioned, which are the 6 that I mentioned. I will put them in the description so that you guys can read them over, but let me go over them again. Zeraora, Mewtwo, Charizard, Raikou, Entei, or Garchomp. Now there are a few other decks that you can make work, but they're not nearly as good. For example, Blastoise, pretty good deck. It's just a little bit slow. Swampert and Sceptile are both pretty decent, but they're also a little bit slow, but I have definitely lost to them before. As well, if you pick Blastoise or Swampert, you will do well against the plentiful amount of fire decks. Believe me, this may have Mewtwo on the front, but it is a fire deck. And considering the 3 best decks are fire type, picking a water type might be a good option for you. Some decks I would definitely not recommend. I would definitely not recommend either of these evolutions decks. They are terrible. I would definitely not recommend anything older than XY because I don't even think you can use them. In fact, Black, White, XY, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver, they're all really bad in the standard format, the standard theme format at least. They may have really good looking aesthetic cards and nice coins, and if you really feel like you want to use your money on them in the future, go ahead. But for now, I would definitely recommend getting the 6 decks that I started with. So what are you going to do after that? You have to have at least 5 decks in order to unlock the pack. So what you do is you pick a trainer. You beat them with 4, it's either 4 or 5 different decks. I can't tell you right now, but we will know in the next episode. But for right now, we have 4 different decks, right? So we beat this trainer with all 4 of our decks, and we unlock a pack. Then we move on to the next trainer, do the same thing, next trainer, do the same thing, next trainer, do the same thing, until we completely burn through all these guys. And that is what you want to do to unlock a couple packs to start off with, and a couple great decks that you can use in the theme format. So in the next episode, I'm going to be showing you guys my progress on that and what to do after that. Because once you get enough good decks, you can start doing something called versus mode. Now we can use versus mode. There's a way you can use versus mode, but we will be going over that in the next episode after we unlock a few more decks. And we can't do events either because we don't have any tournament tickets. But we are going to be using tournament tickets to unlock the packs that we need to grow in the game. So my advice to you, go to your collection, go to packs. If you have any packs that say trade locked, you can open them. In fact, I'm going to be opening these first 2 right now, because we can't trade these away. And they're great for getting starter cards, like so. We just got Ultra Space, which would be good in the future. We just got Beast Energy, which might be good in the future. We just got a Rotom. You know, not the best starting stuff, but we can make it work. We're going to be opening up our team pack too. We got a Queen's Call Nidoqueen, which is quite good. But again, nothing crazy. What I would like to mention, however, is if you have a pack that is tradable, i.e. not trade locked, also known as the pack without a lock next to it, do not open it. I see too many players opening packs that they get as soon as they can, and it is a huge mistake, and let me tell you why. Packs are seen as the currency in Pokemon trading card game online. You can trade packs for cards that you want instead of opening that pack and risking a card that you don't want. In fact, we're going to go on trade right now, and I'll show you an example. Public offers. If we look at public offers, we're going to get rid of that. Let me show you an example. This guy is giving away a Full Art Professor Kukui for 2 packs. This is the newest set, Unbroken Bonds. If you manage to get 2 tradable packs, you can trade them for this Kukui instead of praying to open a pack, and you can't even get Kukui from those packs, but trying to open hundreds of packs just to get one. Instead of wasting your time, you can just search on pubs and see if you can get one you want. Another good example, let's say you want a Lunala GX. I don't have a pack to give right now, but it would only be 1 pack to get a Lunala, which might be a really hard card to get in some circumstances. So this is the best way to get the cards you want. So what our game plan is going to be is earning these decks by getting coins and unlocking them. Then we're going to also earn tournament tickets so we can enter tournaments, also known as events. And we're going to be doing theme tournaments. And if you look right here, if you come in a high placement, you can get standard booster packs as a reward, which then you can use to trade and get the cards you want. So what I'm trying to say is we're going to be slowly building our way up to getting the cards we want by earning cards that we don't necessarily want, but we can make do with until then. So in the next episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get more tournament tickets, how to spend your coins properly, and what to do with tradable packs. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found this episode useful. Be sure to subscribe and leave your questions in the comment section down below so I can answer them for you. I'm always willing to answer questions. I'll answer every comment I see, and I'll be sure to help you guys, because all I'm here to do is help out, I guess, my subscribers in doing well at this game, because I want to build a strong community of players. So yeah, that does it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.